That's the villager there at the end. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Bagman Podcast. We are in season 3. We made it. You saw the new intro. We survived the first grade check here. We're
Yep.
starting a little late this year. But you know what? We're here, and that's the important thing.
Well, we ended a bit early last year.
Well, that's fair. Well, it got crazy there at the end, Stock. Welcome back to Stock. We got a lot to unpack.
Yep.
So we had a whole summer full of stuff.
Yep.
I'm making a couple trips a month to an eye clinic. And you had a vacation,
Hardly
Kind
a
of.
vacation. But
kind of. And we've got some new kids here. We've got a lot of new exciting things going on. So a lot to talk about, a lot to
Yeah.
unpack.
Yeah.
Exciting. That's what we're going to call it anyway. We're going to call it exciting.
Yeah.
All right. I am wearing some headphones that I've worn before. So if you are one of those people who likes to comment that I wear different headphones every time, I'm wearing the same ones.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. So welcome back, everybody. We don't have a guest today, so we're just going to kind of go through this, unpack stuff. We're going to get down to the speed round. We've got new questions to go over. We're going to try to figure out which ones we like, and if you guys want to vote on them in the comments or straight to us.
And I don't know what they are.
No, Stock has not seen them
Nope.
yet. And some of these are actually I've given to the kids before. A lot of them are really fun. So even if we don't use them this season, we can save them for next season.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. And you guys can answer them at home too. It'll be like a home game show. Speaking of home game show,
Yes.
so we have a smart TV. I was cruising through just the menus last night, and on Google TV, if you guys have Google TV, there is a Supermarket Sweep channel. It's just Supermarket Sweep, which I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to watch that every day. That was an after school like ceremony. It was that and Gargoyles,
Oh, wow.
the cartoon. But there is a Supermarket Sweep channel, so be on the lookout for that. Stock, let's start with your big story over the summer. How was
Okay.
your trip?
Trip to France was great. We had a lot of things that most people would say went wrong, but it was just, it was all part of the experience. And we had a great group of kids, a great other chaperone. So many different personalities, but they all blended together perfectly.
Oh, it makes a nice trip.
It made a great trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times have you been now?
This was my 11th time,
Oh my.
10th time on the trip.
Oh,
My other time was the year I spent there.
so you're double digits.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know that I've been to Illinois that many times, let alone a foreign country.
Have you been to the eye clinic that many times?
I have been to the eye clinic. Let's see, 5 times. It's only been a summer, and I already can't remember. Let me think. Let's see. We going. Yeah, I just did my 5th time
Mhm.
for different things. Well, I mean, it's the same problem. The problem was I liked cookies until this point in my life. So I guess I'll tell everybody. I was diagnosed with diabetic retinopathy over the summer. I woke up one morning and my left eye was just completely blurry, and I had floaters in it like crazy. I'm sure you guys have experienced floaters. Maybe you haven't. Maybe I'm just a freak of nature. But I'm going to change this to our current topic.
Okay. I have stress floaters.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's a similar idea, right? So I went to the emergency room. Well, I went to the clinic. The clinic said my blood pressure is too high. Immediately sent me to the emergency room. In the emergency room, they said there wasn't really anything they could do for me, so they sent me to the eye place in Lafayette, across from the fairgrounds. It used to be Williamson. I'm not sure what it's called now. I was there for a checkup. They said, "Hey, great news. We're going to send you to the retina specialist in Carmel." It's called AVRIC. That's an acronym. I'm not sure what it stands for. Something advanced retina something. I got there, and Dr. Giuliari is my doctor. He's awesome, super professional, super quick, very personable. But he said, "Hey, you've got diabetic retinopathy in both eyes. There's different varying degrees of it. What we're going to do is we're going to give you shots in one eye and laser in the other." I'm like, well, sounds like a threat. But I've done several shots now in my left eye. It's called Eylea, is what they're shooting inside there.
Okay.
It's $1,400 a vial for like an ounce. So they split it up between different people, and there's actually a grant that I had to fill out in order to get this. So it's very expensive. And then I've been getting laser in my right eye. I go again next Tuesday, and I can still see. So it's apparently going well. It's going swimmingly.
Good. Do you think Ilea is named after the bald lady in the Star Trek motion picture?
You know, I really hope so. I've not seen the jar, but I'm hoping there's a picture. But that was most of my summer. A lot of crazy stuff happened. Mostly while you were gone. I was like, there's a lot of the stuff that happened. I was like, should I text Stock? Should I call Stock? No, I'll let him enjoy his time.
Well, that was just you, but we had other big
Yeah,
things happen.
We had a lot of big things happen.
Yeah.
We lost some people that
Yeah.
are great people.
Yeah.
And that was really, really sad.
Yep.
But it feels like that's about the only time the community gets together.
Yeah.
And like the only time you get to visit people.
Mhm.
Like I was in line with the Miracles and the Partisanas and Zach
Mhm.
at Mr. Fields.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a sad occasion, but I enjoyed my time in line talking to them just because that's a group you never get together at any other point.
Right.
Right. So that was kind of crazy, and that was part of the summer as well. So you got lucky. You get to skip out on that.
Well, all of that happened the day before I got back.
Yeah, and you had kind of a dilemma trying to get back, from what I understand.
3 girls got caught up in security, and so they got to the gate just as they were closing the door. And I don't know who writes the rules for these things. Why can you open the door to let me off, but you can't open the door to let them on?
Yeah, that is a great question.
That doesn't make any sense.
It
but
doesn't make sense.
Anyway, I got off. We got onto the next flight, so we were just delayed for about 3 hours.
Yeah, and that was during the whole plane thing too.
Yeah.
Like when everybody was grounded
Yeah.
and the planes had been hacked or
But
whatever.
see, here's the thing. Can I do an early rant?
Please do.
Okay.
This is a pre-rant.
I get off the plane. Instantly, my first view is 3 girls in tears, all on their phones, telling their parents, "Oh, we're stuck in New York. We're never coming home. Oh, this and that." And in my mind, I'm thinking, "Look, we just have to get through this. We have to figure it out. Get off your phone."
This is it. We're stuck in the airport.
Yeah.
It's turned into the Terminal movie.
So we get in the helpline, and it was quite a wait in there.
Oh, yeah.
But as we got closer, I could hear the other travelers and what they were going through and what the agents were telling them. Anything that was on the West Coast, Seattle,
Yeah.
Los Angeles, even Las Vegas, those things were being delayed. They were being given hotel rooms for, this was on a Saturday, so they were being given hotel rooms for a Sunday and Monday.
Yeah.
All the girls heard was, these people are being told to wait till Monday. So again, they're on their phones. We're not coming home till Monday. Oh, this is horrible.
This is it. Oh, I love it.
And I get up there. I say, "Hi, we missed our plane. Can we get on the next one?" And
They're like, okay.
maybe I turned on a little charm here
Oh,
and there.
yeah, the
I don't know.
razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, the razzle dazzle. The stockle dockle.
I like it. We need a shirt.
Yeah, we do.
The stockle dockle.
Oh, speaking of shirts, remind
Yeah.
me of something.
Uh-oh.
But we got our tickets, waited a couple hours, had a sandwich and drink, got on the plane, and we got home.
yeah.
So, yeah, it was unexpected, but
A little stressful, but there are worse places
there
to
are
be.
worse places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And there are nice people in New York.
Yes. I thought you were going to say France, and I was going to
Well,
dispute that.
No, there are in France.
So did you guys catch any of the Olympic stuff?
None of the games, but a lot of the construction.
A lot of the, yeah. Oh, crazy.
Paris was a nightmare getting through.
Yeah.
Just, if it were just me, I would have been okay, but pulling a group of kids on a regular year is tough enough.
Yeah, that compounds it.
Yeah, now we had closed metro stations and detours
I'm
and this
sure.
and that. I just told the kids every day we went out, I don't know what to expect, so just go with the flow.
Yeah. I kind of have to be
Yeah,
that way,
yeah.
right? So you've been there double digits,
Yep.
right? And you've been to Paris especially, I'm
Yeah.
sure, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Did you notice, and this is just a rumor, I don't know if it's verified, did you notice that they had relocated a lot of the homeless to outside of town? Because you've been there several times, so you kind of know what it feels like.
I do. I honestly don't know that I am in areas where you would see a lot of homeless
Okay.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Probably more metropolitan
Yeah,
areas.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine the northern, well, yeah, the northern part of the city, Saint Denis, is historically a rougher part of town,
Hmm.
and that's where they put the Olympic dorms.
Oh my!
So they really had to tidy up
Is that why our
that part.
basketball team was complaining so much?
No, they were complaining because they didn't put air
They
conditioning.
didn't have air conditioning. That was like the big thing, right? Well, that was a big story from the
It
summer as
was, yeah,
well, all the way to like London
yeah,
and all through Europe. Is very very big heat wave for them.
yep,
Apparently,
yep. But
for us, doesn't sound super hot, but
but in Aix-en-Provence, where we spend 3 weeks in the south of France, right on
yeah.
the Mediterranean, it was perfect weather.
Oh yeah.
The days were not too warm. There was usually a breeze. In the evening, it got down to in 60, 65.
Oh, that's nice.
It was perfect weather.
Yeah.
I've never seen weather that good. Well, that pleasant in X. It's
Yeah.
usually a heat wave down there.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think anything over 70 is a heat wave.
me too.
So I'll just sit inside for the rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Anything else from the summer we want to recap, Stock? I know
Um,
there was a lot. And a lot of it's not great news. So we'll probably spread that news out throughout the course of the season. We did lose Mr. Field.
Lost Mr. Field.
And that was a sad deal. A great friend to both of us.
Yep.
Mentor to me, I'm sure to you as well.
Yep.
And my neighbor up here in the high school.
Mhm.
It was nice seeing the kids, like his kids.
Yeah.
But there are better circumstances that we could see them, and I don't know that they're going to be around a lot now that he and Anita are both
Well,
gone.
you never know.
Yep, you never know. But we did get to see them a lot this summer, or I did as well, and that was kind of a big blow
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
We kind of saw it coming, but it's going to suck when it does happen.
You like to hold out hope, but
Yes, absolutely.
some things are unavoidable.
You are correct. But great guy. We'll talk about him more as the season goes on.
Yeah.
And probably for a while because he was a big impact in both of our
Yep.
lives.
Yep.
Okay. We're up to the rant section already, Stock.
Oh, okay.
So you've had. I figured this out. I figured out how many days we've had since we streamed last, and I can't remember now. It's like almost 200 and some. So you've had 200 and some days to build up rants.
Okay.
How many do you have?
I have 2.
Oh my gosh. Disappoint. Now I did hear from Peggy. This is one of her favorite sections of our podcast. This is your
Okay.
rant section. So no pressure, but you've got this.
Well, for Peggy will agree with me on the first one. Trash left on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Now, in my classroom, before the bell rings, I always say, make sure you get everything. Don't leave any trash on the floor. And there's always those little, nubbies of paper when they tear out their notebook paper.
Always.
Just pick it up and throw it away.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot.
No. And sometimes I don't think these kids realize that they're producing trash.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
At the FCA breakfast last week, I'm not going to name names.
But you know who you are.
The cafeteria provided breakfast and they had bagels. And so this one girl is pulling her bagel apart as she's turned talking to her friend. So all the crumbs are just getting on the carpet.
Mhm. Yeah, that's annoying.
Just be a little thoughtful.
Yes.
Use some common sense.
You know what she needs? She needs a giant beard so you don't get crusty bread because it will fall in your beard and you'll look like a fool the rest of the day.
No, what she needs is one of those shaving
Oh,
capes.
like a bib?
that
Yeah.
you stick on the mirror.
You put suction cups on the mirror? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of those since an infomercial in 1997. Oh, I love it.
They're still out there.
They are, I'm
Mhm.
sure. So, yeah, that's annoying because I do see that in the hallways up here a lot too. And honestly, you're probably right. They probably don't realize they're producing a lot of it.
Mhm.
It's candy wrappers
Yep.
or it's the little nubs when
Yep.
you tear out a piece of paper.
Yep.
A homework assignment that might have fallen out of your locker.
But I'll tell you something.
Mhm.
Last Thursday, I think it was, there was a gum wrapper in the senior hallway.
Okay.
It's passing period. Thousands of people walk by it. Nobody picks it up. Can
I
I
love
mention
it.
names?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. Is Leland Pickett, is that the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leland Pickett bends over, picks it up, throws it in the trash,
Oh, that's awesome.
then heads upstairs.
That's awesome.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's-
I've noticed that that's
yeah.
happened a couple times in the freshman hallway up
Yeah.
here. You'll have either freshmen or upperclassmen come by and just snatch it up and throw it away like it's no
Yeah,
problem. I'm
yeah.
like, hey, that's awesome. You know, and they don't get commended for it enough, I don't
Yeah.
think.
That's a good role model right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have a second rant.
I have a second rant.
Okay. Is it about France?
No,
Okay, good.
it's about Perplexity,
oh,
which
that's
is
right.
an AI generator talker thing.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, Stock has been talking up Perplexity for months now.
Not anymore.
So as far as AI goes, I like ChatGPT. I like Gemini the most because I'm
Okay.
a Google user and I've used it, for a while now. I was in on the alpha. Stock's been preaching Perplexity, so I'm very anxious to hear the rant about Perplexity now.
Okay. The Google Suite is nice, but it's limited in what it can do. Specifically,
Sure.
Google Slides.
Yes.
PowerPoint can do so much more, but slides are nice.
Yes.
However, Perplexity said, I can write an app script that can let you do that in Google Slides.
Oh, okay.
And I
Yeah.
said, yes, please do that.
Sure.
And it said, okay, just copy and paste this. So I copy and paste it. The computer says, okay, that's fine. I hit run, I hit deploy, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
You got lied to. You were taken.
Perplexity is a liar.
Perplexity bamboozled you. You were taken.
But honestly, I do not understand app scripts. You'll have
Oh,
to
that's fair.
walk me through it.
Yeah, it's all
sometime.
Java. Yeah. I will agree that the Google Suite is extremely limited on some things, and
Mhm.
Slides is probably the worst one because PowerPoint's just so strong.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. You can do so much stuff with it.
Right.
For a long time, I refused to use Google Docs just because I couldn't watermark stuff because that was a big deal. Like
Yeah.
you had to change the opacity, push it to the background, and it wasn't an actual watermark. It was just a picture in the background.
Right.
I think they've changed that, but I still refuse to use it. I just open up Word. But it is nice and it's free.
Yeah.
At least for us, as a business user, an education user, we get unlimited drive space as well, which I know regular people have to pay for. So did you know that?
Regular people. Yes,
Did you know
I knew
that?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the benefits of having an education account.
When I go home, I'm a regular person.
I still use that school account for big files that I'm sending here at the school. Super helpful. It
Mhm.
really is super
Yeah.
handy.
Yeah.
Because we move a lot of video files, we move a lot of audio files, and it really does help. All right. Any more rant Stock? Anything you've come up with?
Any
A
more
rant
rants?
that it's been like 240 days since we've been on here.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know about your first hour. First hour kids, talk. I know it's 8 o'clock in the morning, but
That's fair.
please talk.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. My first hour is my CS1 class.
Oh.
So they're very talkative, and it's awesome though, because they'll come in, they'll ask questions
Yeah.
like first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So we'll show a video and then we'll talk about it. We learned while loops today, and it's always an adventure.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, not a lot of people do, but if you do, Andrew, go ahead and put it in the comments. He was watching earlier. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a struggle, especially on Monday mornings to
Mhm.
get. It's like zombies in the freshman hallway.
Yeah.
It really is like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I just want to walk through and scream, Carl,
Carl.
Carl. Classic Rick.
I'd have to go get my crossbow.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I embarrass myself?
Please do anytime you want.
Wait, what was I going to say?
It was about TVs. I don't know. I just made that up. I'm
No.
gonna have to rewind. Instant replay.
I know what it was.
Oh, look at this guy.
All teachers have to mention something about Constitution Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I messed that up. I thought we were supposed to mention something about 9/11. So 9/11, I talked about that all day.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
But that's good too.
That I mean,
It's good.
a lot of these kids have no context for what that is.
No, they don't.
That's hilarious. So I love that so much. Well, the announcement came out on 9/11,
Yeah.
like that we were supposed to talk about Constitution Day.
Yeah.
That's why. That's what we're going with.
Okay.
I heard your first announcement for the day, and I always tell the kids like my experience on 9/11. I was driving to DAC
Mhm.
for my first class of the day. It was
Yeah.
an art class, and I remember we had the option to stay in there and do our chess sets that we were making in clay or stone, or we could go over to the conference center and watch, the news coverage on it. We kind of split it half and half, and we did a little art, and then we walk over and kind of take it in.
Mhm.
Kind of a crazy day, kind of a crazy time to think about how long ago that was now,
Yeah.
and how it's affected everything since.
Yep.
Crazy.
So when I found out, it was between first and second hour.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking to the bathroom. This is when our guidance office was where the nurse's office is now.
Oh, yeah.
And so Janet Payton was the guidance secretary, and she was just staring at her TV. And I poked my head in and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And all she said was, "Something big."
So ominous.
So ominous.
I love it.
But she was right.
She was right. Yeah, that's crazy. But now you're gonna have to talk about Constitution Day too. Do you have something planned? Do you have a French Constitution planned?
Well, they have the droit de l'homme, the rights of man. That's similar to our Bill of Rights.
Okay.
And that's the Constitution.
Yeah. That's adjacent.
Yeah.
The French version.
No, here's what I'll say. We wouldn't have a constitution if the French hadn't helped us in World War in
No, finish that.
the
No. Go back. Strike that. Reverse.
I'll work on it. I've got a few days.
The American Revolution. Yes.
I've got a few days.
That's hilarious.
No, it's tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh shoot, it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Okay, I need to work on that tonight.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's funny. Yes, in the American Revolution. Oh my gosh. I did a little research today. We were talking about things we can do in radio TV.
Mhm.
So we've got a smaller class this year. If you guys have watched us on Fridays, you know that we've got one person on camera, we've got one person behind the camera, not a lot of other options. But with a smaller class like that, there's a lot more stuff we can do.
Mhm.
And we can change our production value to make it really, really focused and really high value. So we were thinking about things we could do today, and I had the idea of we could just do a quiz of people, like people in the community versus teachers versus kids
Mhm.
about local history.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool, and I went on and checked out local history. There's a lot of cool stuff.
The Attica-Covington War.
The Attica-Covington War, I want to have a question on there about that, just because I think it's hilarious. Like we were marching with pitchforks and torches. Nothing came of it. If you guys do want to
Nothing.
see the sign, there is a Attica-Covington War sign that really happened. It was like a one-day conflict. It was a couple weeks that led up to it, but there is a sign in Attica down by the river. So while they're doing their Heritage Festival, if you're
Mhm.
going to the Heritage Festival, you can go down to the river and read that sign. It's actually really cool. But yes, that is a question I wanted to ask.
Can I ask you something?
1826 is when Covington was platted as well,
Okay. Where are the Badlands?
outside of Attica.
Where outside? North, south, east, or west?
Yes. I just know how to get to Attica. I don't ever think about directions.
Okay.
It's too far from Danville to know which way is west.
Okay. But also, we used to have kids who would go race in the Badlands every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear anyone talk about it
Well,
anymore.
they had big concerts there this last summer, too.
Mm.
They had Ryan Upchurch was there.
Mhm.
And I think there's going to be another concert. They're looking for opening acts. At least I saw that on the KISS website.
You and I could do that.
We could open it up. What would we sing? Oh, I know. Ce soir-là.
And we'll end it with a onward Trojans.
Hey, there we go.
onward Trojans.
We'll do the jazz version. We'll slow it. Hey, ladies, we're going to slow it down for you. This is what I like to call onward Trojans. Little saxophone in the background. I think we'd probably get booed off stage.
We might.
Well, they have the same school song we do, just different words.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Attica does. Attica's a year older than Covington. It might be months, actually, but it's a year old. They were platted in 1825.
Oh, we're aging better.
We are, like a fine wine.
They've
Like,
got a whole new.
They're
football
aging
field.
like milk.
They've got a whole new football field.
They do. They've got really nice facilities there. It's jealousy inducing,
Hmm.
but it's a nice place, nice facilities. They just built some new buildings and built a new football field. I don't know if they're playing on it yet,
I don't know.
but I do know they have new facilities. So yeah, but here we are. Can you see that? Finger guns. All right. We're done with rants. The year ahead stock. We were talking before the podcast.
Yep.
Once we hit fall break, it's kind of downhill from here. You were talking. You said it's going to hit us fast.
Between now and fall break, here's what we have. Not in any sort of order. PSATs, volleyball sectional, homecoming, parent-teacher conferences, and apparently Constitution Day.
Constitution Day. That's coming up quick, like tomorrow.
I mean, and when you look at a calendar, there's no time left.
No, it fills up really
Yeah,
quick. Yeah. And to the point where it feels like you're very hurried, very rushed.
Yeah.
It's hard to find extra time to do anything.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're involved in stuff after school or anything like that.
Mhm.
Man. So it does go quick.
Hmm.
Anything special planned for this school year, Stock? Are we doing anything different curriculum wise? I'll let you think about this. We readopted the Ramsey Foundations in Personal Finance. There was
Okay.
a generous donation from a community member,
Mhm.
and they bought us the digital version of it. So it's all web resource. Kids can do it at home if they want. They can take it home with the family and kind of show what's going on. But it does provide a very sound foundation of how to save and how to spend. So we're really thankful for that curriculum. So whoever you are, anonymous donor,
Mhm.
thank you for that. We're going through it. We just finished chapter 3 today. We took the test and we're moving onward. It is very, very comprehensive material, but it's very accessible as well. So
Mhm.
I'm pretty excited about that. We are in Code HS. I do want to give a thanks for that as well. Code HS is a coding program, and it's the breadth of it is amazing. It does everything from like computer science 1 all the way from like elementary
Mhm.
all the way up to like cybersecurity at like an advanced course, like college level stuff.
Mhm.
Thank you to the state of Indiana for giving us the pro license to that. All I had to do was show up for a training for 2 hours on a Saturday, a couple of Saturdays ago. They gave me a stipend. They gave me access to the professional development stuff that they have available, and they gave us the pro license. So I can see when kids access the material. I can focus all their efforts on one lesson. I can bring everybody together. It's all online, and it's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
So big shout out to the state of Indiana for that, because this is a national program, worldwide program, and our state's just kind of supporting us doing that. So
Mhm.
what do you have planned for this year?
Nothing big or life-changing like that.
Okay.
I am being challenged more this year because I have 2 native French speakers in my
I
classes.
was going to say, that's got to be interesting for
It
you.
is. It is.
Now, at least the one I have speaks pretty good English.
Mhm.
So he communicates really well.
I think both of them do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not had an interaction with the other.
Yeah.
But how is that?
Both of them are very kind, and I know
Yes.
that I've made mistakes. I don't make any.
Oh, sure.
Any. I'm not trying to hide that I don't make mistakes because I certainly do, but no, it's great.
It's
And the
kind of
kids-
fun, right?
It is. It's kind
Yeah.
of fun. I love it because the kids are able to hear authentic language from an authentic speaker.
Yeah.
Because as far as some of them know, I'm the most authentic French that they've ever heard.
Right? No, honestly, yeah. The only French speaker they've
Yeah,
ever heard
yeah.
in a lot of cases.
And I'll admit, I have a very American accent.
Oh, I'm sure. That's one of the things. I watch a lot of videos online about the people that act like they only speak English and then they speak Mandarin or Cantonese or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to see, oh, well, you have a Beijing accent, because it's the big center. It's where all the university are, and they kind of all study there.
Right.
So there's a very Maine accent. Would you have like a Parisian accent, or is there like a district or a dialect that you are more accustomed to?
The accent I have is American, but the French that I speak is what they call le langage des rois, the language of the kings.
Oh, fancy!
Because
Oh, look at this guy.
my high school French teacher, Ava Archer, she taught us these are the rules of French.
Oh, okay.
And so that's the French that I know. And so common, everyday, hip French.
There's no slang
Yeah,
involved.
I don't speak in slang.
Now, isn't I remember you saying this at some point, and I want to verify that. Isn't there like an institute that kind of preserves the language in France?
Yes, there is the Académie de la Langue Française, the French Academy, and they are responsible for making all decisions regarding language, the French language.
Okay.
So any words that enter the new language, they decide what enters and what doesn't. They decide what is masculine, what's feminine. So they're the ones who you can complain to for that. Fun story with COVID.
That's funny.
The French love to discuss things without ever coming to a conclusion.
Okay. Sounds
So,
like me.
yeah. So when the pandemic started, the Academy, they just started discussing, should COVID be masculine? Should it be feminine? This and that.
Hmm.
And the news media, they had to use it. So
Sure.
everyone started using, I think, le COVID, masculine.
Hmm.
But then a couple months later, the Academy says, COVID is feminine.
Oh, wow.
And all these people said, too late. It's already masculine.
Oh my goodness. They tried to make it feminine, like all the hurricanes. Anything that kind of ruins your day
Yep.
is feminine.
Yep. Speaking of hurricanes,
We're supposed to get rain from that one, right?
yeah, North Carolina on Carolina Beach,
Raise up.
flood levels are at least 3 feet deep in parts. No cars or trucks are designed to safely travel in floodwaters of that depth. Stay safe. And from my driver's ed certification, all it takes is 4 inches of flowing water to move a vehicle.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water is
it's all
powerful.
pressure. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Bruce Lee would agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
I wonder how a Cybertruck would deal in that.
Well,
Have you
it's all electronics.
Have you
It's
ever seen the
short
video
circuit.
of like the electric cars that blew up because there all that rain?
No, but I saw the video of the. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, people.
That was my fault.
No, that's fine.
No, the window was unbreakable through a baseball and it broke.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But they shot arrows on it and on Rogan. It was fine.
Okay,
So
they fixed
your bow and arrow won't go through it.
it.
We can know that and be safe.
Good.
All right. Well, as you guys know, we have a speed round. Basically, it's 5 quick fire questions that hasn't turned out to be as quick fire the last several shows, but it's awesome. We
It is.
get really cool perspective from
Yeah.
a lot of different people this way.
Yeah.
And at least one of our questions is super fun. It was sock, sock, shoe, shoe. It was the 50 ducks versus the horse, which I think is one of the funniest questions we've had. So the kids and I.
Still take the duck-sized horses.
No, you don't want to
Yeah,
fight
no,
one.
You can kick them.
You can't kick them. They're still going to be mean. I tell you. I don't know. That's unsettled.
Yeah, but they're only mean to your ankles.
That's fair. That's fair. They'll get you in the knees. But the kids and I got together one of my first hour class because they were
Okay.
awake and they were
Okay.
answering questions. And we kind of came to the conclusion that these were some really good questions that we could ask. We just need one of them. So if you're watching this on a replay or later on, which I know a lot of people like to, just throw in the comments which one you think is the best question to ask people or what you'd like to hear from people. Stock has not heard these questions before.
Nope.
So we're just gonna go down the list. All right. Question number 1. This will be number 1. If you are voting for number 1, this is your question.
42.
That's the answer to everything. I don't know how many people are gonna get that. Stock.
0.
Probably. Did you bring your towel? Anybody who's a Dougie Adams fan? Anyway, you can transport one furious elephant into any point in history. Where would you put it? Oh, I got to change cameras. Here we
Okay.
go. There you go. Now you're on camera.
Hitler's parents' bedroom.
Oh, man. Who's saying there wasn't? He wasn't the bad guy until art school. So maybe it was art school.
Yeah,
that
blame
really
it on
did
art.
Yeah,
That's why they want to take it out of the schools now.
because of Hitler. Yes, that's quoted. That's on your new That's your new Stockle Dockle t-shirt.
It's on the internet now, so it's true.
It's forever. All right, question number 2. What 2 animals would you like to switch the sound they make? This is question number 2. If you like this question, you want to hear other people answer it. Question number 2. What 2 animals would you like to switch the sounds they make?
A goat and a snake.
A goat and a snake. I heard mouse and whale the other day. I was like, with whale, all you're going to hear is blah, blah, blah.
No, Star Trek 4, they had.
That's fair. That's fair. That's when
That's
Scotty.
my whale, everyone.
That's when Scotty had to crack his knuckles and actually type on a keyboard.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good one.
because he couldn't talk into the mouse.
I love it. So funny. All right, number 3. If you're voting for number 3, this is number 3. If you were forced into gladiatorial combat, but could only choose a weapon that isn't typically considered a weapon, what non-conventional weapon would you choose?
Non-conventional weapon.
Non-conventional weapon. This is question number 3.
Can I take my mom with me?
You're going to throw your mom?
She's got a grip on her if you're doing
That's
something
fair.
wrong.
That's fair. Is that the Bull Stampini grip? Like when you grab your shoulder? Oh, man.
Non-conventional weapon.
Yes. Non-conventional gladiatorial combat weapon.
Trash can lid.
Ooh, I like it.
It won't do anything.
So we're fighting them as the Blue Man Group. All right, number 4. If you could accomplish, okay, this one, I'll set this one up. This is number 4. This is from Rick and Morty,
Okay.
the idea of night people. So if you could accomplish simple tasks while sleeping and still get a good night's sleep, what would you want your body to do while you were sleeping?
Laundry, dishes, vacuuming.
I love the Rick and Morty answer is abs. So they have like 6 packs. Laundry, yeah, that'd be a big one.
Yep.
Dishes, absolutely. All right, and number 5. What is your favorite extinct animal? Then I will fight people on this one. Because if you say megalodon is not extinct. Prove it.
And see, I'm not sure I know enough about what's extinct,
That's the thing. Like, I'll
But-
fight you on it.
but I do know that within the past year or two, the white rhinoceros has gone extinct.
Oh,
And
yeah.
That made me sad. So I'm going to say white rhinoceros.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did you see that? Was it one of them at the Indianapolis Zoo passed away?
Oh no.
I think I don't want to spread rumors,
Hmm.
but I think that's true.
But hey, it's on the internet now.
It's on the internet. It's true. It happened. They're eating the pets. Oh my gosh. Which one would you lean to, Stock, on those 5 questions?
Run through them again.
Furious Elephant,
Okay.
Switch the Voices,
Okay.
Gladiatorial Combat,
Okay.
Night Tasks, Night Person,
Okay.
and Extinct Animal.
I would narrow it down to the last 3.
Last 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the second question. Switch the voices.
Oh,
Yeah, I just don't like that one.
I just want to see something gigantic with a tiny voice. The last 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So Gladiatorial Combat,
Hmm.
Night Person, and Extinct Animal. Okay. Cast your votes in the comments section. Hopefully we'll have an answer by the time we bring somebody on here.
By season 4.
By season, yeah. Okay. I like those. Those are fun. Anything else we want to mention before we head out of here?
I need to trim my fingernails.
Stock needs to trim his fingernails. If you would like to be a guest on the Bagmen podcast, just talk to us in the hall. Say,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
If we look really tired, say, why are you tired? And then, what's up? That was the question I asked you on Friday,
It was.
because I was also feeling a little worn down. It happens.
Yep.
It happens. As a
Yep.
teacher, it happens a lot. All right. Well, welcome back to season 3, everybody. It's good to be back.
It is.
Sorry, it took 5 weeks to get back to this point. But we're back. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Go Trojans.
Go Trojans, as we would say, onward Trojans. We're even going to sing it.
Are we?
Well, at that concert.
Oh, yeah.